Are we enjoying the story so far? Wow, what a hook. What an opener. Chapter 2. Chesterton High. School? Y'all motherfuckers went to high school. I went to school high. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling buzz loudly. They flicker for a moment, flashing off and on, seemingly without reason. David White sleeps, resting his head on the wooden desk, with drool spilling out of the corners of his mouth. Softly snoring as the science teacher lectures on. The teacher stands tall, speaking confidently. All the students marvel at him as he paces up and down the classroom, adjusting his square glasses and combing his sleek hair. What is known, he says, is that the observable universe is approximately 93 billion light years in diameter, unfathomably large from our perspective. Its true size, however, could be infinite. Now you may look at the size of space, comparing it to how small our tiny planet is, and realize just how little we understand about the universe or our place in it. He smirks, putting his hands together. Now, I'm not a philosophy teacher, but perhaps there is a lesson to be learned about the human perspective. Reality itself is so large, so complex, so unknowable, that even with all our technology, thousands of years of human innovation, we still have no idea where we are. We are lost. And yet, each and every one of us believes that we're the main character, and that we're the center of the universe. David snores extra loud. The science teacher sighs and looks over at him. Mr. White? David! David jumps up in his seat, looking around the classroom in confusion. Everyone laughs at him. Perhaps you could teach this class for me. Momentarily, David feels the humiliation. He feels the weight of 60 eyes and glances over at his 3 friends, seeing that they too are staring at him. Trent is David's best friend. He has been since they were toddlers. He has on the freshest jean jacket from Aeropostale, most definitely bought with his father's credit card. In addition to this, he is wearing camouflage pants and a clean pair of white Air Jordans. His hair is spiky, partially dyed blonde. Maria is Trent's girl. They've been dating as long as David could remember. He can't even recall a time in which they weren't together. They were made for each other. She was exactly Trent's type. A girl with big hoop earrings, bright red lips, and a bad attitude. Her crop top is purple, her jeans are ripped. And finally, there's Emily. Although she is single, everyone has always been teasing them about how one should ask the other out. The one being David, obviously. She's a pale girl with medium-length blonde hair, a white polo shirt fitting well on her frail body, and a short khaki skirt on her lap. When she sees that David is staring at her, she blushes and looks away, pretending not to notice. David looks back at the teacher. No, sir, he says. I apologize. It won't happen again. Yeah? The teacher responds with sarcasm. Well, it better not. This is my time to teach, not yours to sleep. Now, where was I? The bell rings right on cue, and everyone begins to pack up. He sighs heavily, rubbing his forehead with defeat. With slumped shoulders, he walks over to his desk. The test will be on Monday. It's worth 20% of your grade, so please study. Have a good weekend, everyone. The 3 friends walk down the crowded hallway, filled with nameless, faceless students, generic mid-2000s teenagers, with no humanity inside of them, constantly bumping into David as he tries to talk to his friends. Maria pulls out her flip phone. She's not even looking ahead of her. Trent has to put his arm around her, guiding her along the path that they are taking, so she doesn't accidentally slam into a wall. Meanwhile, Emily walks beside David. She's close, sometimes looking over at him, only to quickly glance away when he reciprocates. You catch the game last night? Trent asks. What game? The White Sox? David responds. Yeah, man, opening day. You think we got a shot at the World Series this year? No clue, I didn't watch. Well, what were you doing? Trent asks. Sleeping in class? He says, genuinely shocked and disappointed. You're a smart guy, David. Probably the smartest person in the school. It's not like you, man. I can't remember what I was doing last night. Honestly, I can't even remember this morning. Trent laughs. I hear you. It's weird that he called you out on that. I'm always sleeping in his class. Usually doesn't give a shit. Maria chimes in. Well, maybe if you actually pay attention in his class, you wouldn't be failing. I already told you, Maria, they're not going to fail their top athlete. And besides, my father said he'd take care of it. Oh, really? She laughs. Mayor Daddy's gonna bail you out again. They all laugh, even Trent and himself, self-aware of his nepotistic privilege. David turns to Emily. What about you? She looks up, confused, having been staring at the floor for the past couple minutes. She seems surprised that David is even talking to her. Who, me? David smiles. Yeah, you. What's going on? What have you been up to? She pushes her hair behind her ear. Oh, I don't know, nothing, I guess. I guess I've been studying for that big test. David raises his eyebrow. Studying, huh? Maybe I could, come over sometime, help you study. She hesitates. Okay, and then, maybe I could help you? They both laugh. Type shit. The friend group walks across the school atrium, trying to make their way out of the building, when suddenly a tall woman blocks their path. She has long curly hair, red lips, wearing a white overcoat. The school nurse bends down to talk to David, sounding excessively concerned for his well-being, the way you might talk to a dog or a small child. There you are, David. How are you? Great, he responds. Why do you ask? Well, I'm just checking in with you. Are you sure you're okay? David, you were in pretty rough shape last time I saw you. David laughs, taking a moment to glance over at his friends. It's a bit of an exaggeration, miss. All I did was faint. Got a couple scrapes and bruises. Have you been having any feelings of lightheadedness? Any new fainting spells? She asks. Trent chimes in, jokingly. Hey lady, David's fine. As long as he doesn't catch sight of blood again, he'll be okay. He laughs out loud. Emily giggles. Wait, that's why you fainted? From the sight of blood? What are you, gay? I didn't actually write that. So yeah, David, I guess he fainted when he saw blood in some previous moment. I don't know. He's a soft little whatever. The nurse breaks the tension. Sorry, I skipped something. David sighs, embarrassed. Emily notices this and instantaneously regrets her decision to laugh at him. She feels the guilt. A long, awkward pause ensues. The nurse breaks it. Well, she says, if it happens again, let me know immediately. I'll be seeing you on Monday morning, Mr. White. She walks off. The three friends all glance at each other, bewildered by this strange interaction. In the parking lot, it is a bright sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. It is the spring of 2005 in northwest Indiana, in a small town known as Chesterton, the greatest town ever constructed, frequently referred to as the capital of heaven, a shining example of what God's chosen people, American citizens, can do when tasked with building a utopian civilization. They leave Chesterton High School and march towards their cars. Trent still has his arms around Maria. He feels her up, grabbing her ass, thinking that no one would notice, but everyone does. He lights a cigarette in his mouth. David and Emily walk forwards, close but not touching. So where are we hanging? Trent asked. The mall? Yeah, sure, David responded, enthusiastically. I'll meet you guys there. Trent and Maria hop into a bright yellow H2 Hummer. Trent starts the car. 50 Cent's hit song Candy Shop begins to play. Emily opens the rear door and takes one step inside. Suddenly, she turns to look at David. David unlocks his 2004 Toyota Corolla. He looks up, seeing that Emily is staring at him. They stare each other down for a solid 5 seconds, saying nothing. Nothing at all. But they have mutual desire in their eyes. Emily is seemingly frozen in place, still holding the door open and biting her lip as she looks into David's eyes. Maria turns around. Emily, let's go. What are you getting in or what? She shuts the door. I think I'm gonna ride with David. Speed walking, she makes her way to his car. Trent and Maria glance at each other, non-verbally communicating. Emily's intentions are obvious to them. Emily climbs into David's car and shuts the door. You don't mind, do you? David smirks. Not at all. Let's head out. Sorry for slurring my words. I have a zin in my mouth. I'm not used to... I know some of you nicotine fiends can handle nicotine really well, but not me. I'm geeking off it right now. But I have to do it. I'm going to keep reading this book until I throw up.